Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder with yet another story for you. This one is from AITA and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for No Longer Updating My Ex on Our Child's School Stuff? I split up with my ex almost 2 years ago. My child started school the same year. My ex was never too involved in our child's educational needs, even when she was a toddler. I handled it all myself. My child's school offers multiple apps and websites. You can be up to date with everything without ever having to contact anyone. That's an important note. I just asked my ex repeatedly to get at least the main apps so that I don't have to keep reminding him of important dates and of our child's progress. He didn't care. Okay, then we'll red flag this. Just a few examples. Whenever I asked to make a plan for any school break, he'd ask when the school break is. I sent him links to the school website, but he couldn't even be bothered to save a screenshot or make a note of the dates, etc., so he'd ask again the next time around too. He couldn't be bothered to update his phone number in the school records, so the school office couldn't contact him during emergency. You get an extra red flag just for that one. I informed him about all the parent-teacher meetings. He said he couldn't make it, and that it made sense for me to go because he didn't know the teachers. It's not about knowing the teachers, man. Even in September, when neither of us knew the new teachers. Side note, he doesn't work, I do, so I thought it was logical to have him attend, so I wouldn't have to take time off work to do so. And another round of red flags. I'd send him any important dates, school plays, any shows, sports events, etc. He'd pick and choose the ones not involving much interaction. Reading together on the World Book Day was a no-go, but watching the kids race was okay, etc. Boy, he's just winning, huh? I would even invite him to the events organized by any clubs my kid is in, clubs I organized and paid for myself, but he always had an excuse unless the events fell on his weekends. Even then, he'd sometimes ask me to swap the weekends. I accepted it for over a year for the sake of peace. I wanted my kid to see her dad support her achievements too. But it's been so long and I'm just tired of having to both handle the responsibility and remember to give him updates about it. I also felt like I was trying to make him involved when he clearly wasn't interested. Here, second that statement. So last autumn, I announced to him that it was on him to stay up to date with our child's school stuff. I gave him 2 weeks to get everything sorted. I even listed all the important apps and websites so he wouldn't miss anything. The only one I didn't share was a payment portal, as I knew he wouldn't care about that one. Subtle burn. I promised to still share any information passed via written notes, letters, etc., as obviously he would not have access to those otherwise. I followed through with it. It took him 2 months to realize what's happened, and now he's furious, saying that I'm using the child against him. The child. Which child? Like him or your actual child? You're using his child, his childish behavior, like him as the child, against him, sure, but not your actual child. He got his family involved, and now they're all bombarding me with texts saying that I'm the asshole for doing it to him and our child. His mother also pointed out that she had done everything herself as well and didn't involve her husband in the school stuff, so she knows it's not that hard, and I'm being dramatic. Am I the astronaut? I'm gonna have to try real hard to censor myself as I speak, because I really want to drop some F-bombs here. As much as you want him to not be a deadbeat, he's a deadbeat. I'm sorry. Like, I know you want him to be involved and to be a good dad for your child's sake, but he chooses not to be. You can lead a horse to water, right? You've made it as easy as possible for him, and even when you decided to take that extra workload off of your shoulders, because it was extra work to make it easier for him, or as easy as possible, you decided to take that work off of your shoulders. He didn't even realize what was happening for 2 months after you told him what was happening. He didn't even realize. And now he's furious. Why? Because he doesn't have the he's like, man, I haven't declined an invite in a hot minute. I haven't said no, I won't be there for my kids thing. Or, you know what? I haven't had a reason to swap weekends in a while. What's going on? Oh yeah, I'm not getting those updates anymore. To all those things that I didn't attend, didn't want to be a part of. Like, what? It's not on you. Now, him running over to his mommy and his family and crying about it really confuses me. Like, what does he benefit there? He just wants the pity from everybody. And actually, yeah, okay, that's exactly what it is. Because a lot of parents, when you've got split parent kind of households, a lot of parents will pull this shit where they want to act like they're involved to everybody else. They don't actually want to be involved. They don't want the work. They don't want the responsibility. They don't want the stress. They don't want to actually be involved, but they want the rest of the world to think that they really are. So when they've got some kind of ammo that justifies their lack of involvement, and I'm not involved in my kid's life as much because this person did this to me. This person puts up these barriers. This person, I'm a victim. They'll play that fiddle all they want, as much as they can get their hands on it, right? And that's what he's doing here. It's garbage. She's a foot away, so let's get some tater thoughts, shall we? By the way, I do have some tater thought designs in progress. I sent a couple to Tater Thunder herself today, and she said she loved them both. So we just have to narrow them down and then animate them and get them as part of the show. But let's bring her up. Tater Thunder wielding her Diet Coke poster of a sweatshirt.
I've worn it before.
I know. It's amazing.
I think we learned everything we need to learn about this story in the last paragraph, and about why this guy is the way he is. His mom getting involved and saying what she said really paints the picture of why this guy doesn't feel like he has to prioritize anything, because it sounds like his dad never prioritized anything because his mother handled it all, controlled it all, and never included them. Guess what, Mama? Times change. It's different now. I know it's wild, but dads are actually expected to parent their children nowadays. Kudos to the ones that were already doing it, but these are the current set of expectations. So get on board and quit sending. I would block this woman 100%. She wouldn't have any contact with me whatsoever.
His mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you were doing her any favors with letting her see grandchild, like sending this stuff to you would be a firm decision to not do mother-in-law any favors, in my opinion, because there's no telling what she's saying behind your back if she's going to say this kind of stuff to you and talking about child's dad. So, yeah. OP, not the asshole. You did nothing wrong. You actually went above and beyond, and then realized, I don't have to do that because this is a grown-ass man who can do his own job. And you gave him ample time to get his affairs in order, and he chose not to do it. That's on him. You did absolutely nothing wrong. Bravo to you.